Hello, cookbook friends, and welcome. Today, I'm going to share with you the cookbooks that I got during my library haul. You'll be able to find our stuff on our Amazon Live channel, which you can find over here. But we also have, I've posted on the comments where you can also find us. So I just wanted to go over a few cool books that I found, and I wanted to share some of the other cookbooks that I actually own, some really cute ones. So first and foremost, though, over on our Amazon Live channel, we like to go through some of our tech stuff because a lot of people are live streaming these days or doing podcasts or some other cool stuff. So the first thing I want to share with you is my Elgato face cam. It's really cool. You can find it on our Amazon Live channel, and it is $129.99 currently. So definitely check that one out. It's a really great webcam. The other thing I want to share with you is actually on super sale. It's on a lot sale. So it is the 10-inch selfie ring light. This one's really cool because you don't need a fancy camera, just so you're aware. You can actually live stream using your phone, which is really helpful and handy. So definitely check that one out too if you're looking for some really cool light fixtures for your live streaming or video channels. And then the last thing, I'm actually shocked. This is the Blue Yeti mic. This one is on sale for $99.99 right now, just so you're aware. It's a pretty cool mic. It's one of my favorites. It has done me really well. It even has a little dent because I've used it a little too much, but that's okay. Okay, so the first book I want to share with you today, let me find it, is one that I believe is from the UK. It is The Comfort Bake. It's really cute. So this is by Sally Wise. This is all in metric, so I'm pretty sure this is from the UK. Let's dive into this. We have a lot of great savory bakes in here, but there's a ton of other sweet bakes, some basic stuff. But there's recipes and flavors that I've seen that, I haven't seen before put together, and that's been really cool. So here we begin with our table of contents first. Here we go. So we have bite-sized beauties, cakes, slices, and tray bakes, finishers, breads and buns, but then we have savories, small and large. I'm really excited, it's going to be really cool. So let's move on to the dishes themselves. We have a summer cherry or berry tart. Beautiful food photography. It looks so scrumptious. So what it says here, everything is in metric. So you will need a scale for this particular cookbook, but personally, I do think I was baking using US measurements for a really long time, but I think baking using a scale and with weight, especially if you have dietary restrictions like celiac and you need different flours, it's very handy to have a scale. And my internet apparently is wigging out, which is wild. Every time I live stream, I feel like this happens. I'm so upset. And it's only with StreamYard for some reason. I don't understand. All right, let me just show you a few of these. I hope you can see them and there's no lag here. That'd be really upsetting. Okay, so here we have some more food photos. Excuse me while I adjust my screen here. I just want to make sure you guys can actually see it over on Amazon for sure. Okay, here we have spiced ginger cookie sandwiches. Not macarons, but they look like it. They look awesome. Bakewell tarts, another classic. Let's move forward a little bit to some tray bakes and cakes. We have pistachio orange drizzle cake. That looks phenomenal. Super easy. It doesn't have to be super fancy. I do love looking at those fancy cakes, but if I would like to make a cake, personally, I am all for making just a really plain Jane cake with some simple, royal frosting. I'm good with that. Here we have a lemon and lavender slice. This almost looks like a bar. I think it might be. Maybe that's the UK version of a bar as a slice. So throughout this cookbook, you will see little tidbits of certain ingredients. They'll give you just a more a detailed information about some of these ingredients that you might be using and why they use it in their bakes, which is really cool. Here, let's look at some more photos. We have a Loch Katrine slice. Look at that. I think the first time I was introduced to this was on the Great British Baking Show. This looks really yummy and pretty. Here's the apple, little bits of information. Let's move on to some actual photos here. We have a family pizza slice, so some savory bakes. A Irish fruit bread, perfect for breakfast time. I'm so hungry. Ultimate sausage rolls, so some small savory bites. Stuffed mushroom bread with chorizo crumb. These are like savory muffins or cupcakes, which is really cute. Baby Yorkshire puddings with smoked salmon and chives. We have large savory bakes. This one's interesting. Like, these look perfect if you're wanting to meal prep and you're just like, I want a big tray bake for the whole week or like 3 days in my household. You can do that. This is a creamy potato bake. We also have a sweet potato slice and a chicken stroganoff double crust pie, which is such a good idea. Pizza pumpkins. I don't know if there's a picture of this, but there is. How cute. No, this is not. This is the summer tomato pie with pesto cream, which also sounds really good. So this has got a lot of really cute stuff in here and some gluten-free dishes, but the Comfort Bake is a lot of fun and it is comforting and it has awesome savory dishes. A lot of these baking cookbooks really focus on the desserts, so I really appreciate the substantial savory dishes in here. So check that out. It's only $18.51. All right, so the next cookbook I want to share with you today is Familia. This is one that I actually own and is really, really good. I personally love it. Oh, here we go. Familia. This is a wonderful Mexican cookbook. There's some fusion dishes, some traditional dishes as well. So here's just a small overview of what this whole thing looks like. You can see the titles are on the sides of the pages, which is a little different. But this is a really cool cookbook, and it's very, like, everything that I've had so far has been very tasty. So I do recommend it. And most of these dishes are pretty approachable. Some of them, I admit, like, it would have been better if I did it on a weekend because it's a little more involved. But there are a lot of like weekday, quick, easy meals in here too. Here's our table of contents. It's pretty straightforward, like soups, salads, dinners, different meats, etc. But the only difference here is that they talk about traditional eats and then some mixed fusion dishes, which is cool. Okay, so we have appetizers. Empanadas, delicious. Oh, it's so horrible having lunchtime so soon and going through these because I'm so hungry. It's like the equivalent of being in a restaurant and not being able to eat. Here we have tacos de Jamaica. Beautiful photos here. We have a lot of cool game changers, which is like extra information or vegan alternatives, gluten-free alternatives. Here we have a description of each dish. We also have the list of ingredients and then the directions right next to it. It's pretty standard for cookbooks. Let's look at another appetizer. We have a cocktail de camarón. This looks awesome. Super good. I haven't made it yet, but I would love to. Ensalada de Nápoles, which looks beautiful. I've actually never cooked with cactus before, but I would love to try. That's one of those things that I think I'd have to go to a special grocery store to find. I think. I've actually never seen Nápoles in any of my grocery stores. I might have to go research that. Here we have a cucumber mint salad. Something really perfect and super easy to throw together for summertime. Traditional flavors. Here we go. We have the cochinita pibil de horno. I really want to make this. It looks really, really simple and approachable. We also have this. This is sopes con frijoles, which looks beautiful and so yummy. Tacos al pastor. Another one I really want to try, but this one's a little more involved. I'm wondering if they do the same thing where you like put it in the oven and stack like the pork and then pineapple and pork. You know what I'm saying? And then you kind of slice it off, Mediterranean style. I can never figure it out. Chipotle chilaquiles, one of my favorites. This is actually a really tasty dish, and it was super simple to put together. I was kind of shocked because I was scared at how many ingredients there were, but it was really easy actually. Okay, so some more dishes here. We have chicken tinga tostadas. Beautiful, super delicious. By the way, I haven't mentioned this one is 37% off, so $22. Oh my gosh, entomatadas. This looks like enchiladas to me, so I'm wondering what the difference is. Oh, it says basically avoid dried chilies. Even though the salsa is cooked and includes a fresh jalapeno, it's a lighter broth with a stronger tomato flavor. Interesting, because this looks really easy to make. There's only like 7 ingredients in here. It looks very tasty. Here we have a salmon kebab with whipped queso fresco. Yum. That would be really awesome when you start getting, we haven't been able to pull our grill out. I think we did it one night, but we're getting close where it's going to be grilling season in at least the Pacific Northwest. So I'm excited. We have creamy chipotle spaghetti with cilantro Parmesan croutons. This is so fun. Next, we have this quinoa ceviche tostadas. A cabbage slaw. We also have, this is Tia Laura's tuna stuffed Anaheim chiles. Vibrant, colorful, just really good. Let's move on a little bit forward. We have sopa de albondigas, which looks beautiful. I want to make more sopa dishes. Fideo seco and mole. Oh my gosh. Oh no, that looks so good. Okay, we're gonna move on a little forward because I'm lingering a little bit. Here we have the Jamaica wild rice with caramelized shallots, Brussels sprouts, and wild mushrooms. Another really good dish. This would be perfect for fall. We also have, let's look at some drinks here because this looks stunning to me. We have the horchata de coco. I love the coconut rim. This is a prickly pear and lemongrass agua fresca with a jalapeno kick. Beautiful. I cannot wait to make this during summertime. Ponche navideño, which I've never heard of before. I love the table settings. And we do have some desserts here. Some crepes. I love this. We have cajeta pavlovas. This looks really good. And then one more. Oh my gosh. That was the end. Oh, I forgot to mention you can do menu options here. I forgot about this. So if you are planning like a big celebration, they have all of these different ideas like cowboy, cowgirl, Valentine's Day, healthy Mexican, Baja style. So you can actually plan entire meals with this cookbook too. So this is Familia. It's a really, really good cookbook, a lot of fun, and it's 37% off right now. It's pretty spectacular. All right, the next cookbook I want to go over today is, this one is wild and a lot of fun. This is, let me get to it, the Mythical Cookbook. So this one has a ton of wild stuff in here, things I've never seen before. Let's check it out. This is like if you want to unlock your inner child and you're just experimenting with food. Here we have breakfast, apps, sandwiches, but there's different rules. So for the Mythical Cookbook, and every single one of these chapters is actually applying a different rule. So an example of that is Rule 3. If a hot dog is a sandwich, you can be a chef. So that is the sandwich section. Rule 8 is if you can dream it, you can deep fry it. So that's a deep fried section. And then the last section here is eat something that scares you. It's curious. So that one is a crazy section. I'll show a few recipes in there, but let's check out breakfast. It starts off strong. Fruity Pebbles pancakes, like Yes, please. So here's a description of the dish itself. Here we have our directions and our ingredients. This isn't just a goofy cookbook, although it is goofy and in all the best ways possible. There's a lot of helpful tips. Lots of cool things in this particular cookbook. Like it says beating egg whites separately for pancakes. What are the benefits of that? So even though there's fun, crazy recipes in here, there's a lot of interesting cooking techniques that they talk about and touch on that are really fun and have made these made their recipes successful. So we have garlic bread McMuffins. I mean, that sounds fantastic. Moving on, Skittle milk French toast. Like Skittles, actual Skittles. Here we have the appetizer section. Share food with people to trick them into liking you. Isn't that hilarious? Spam jalapeno poppers. Here's some, this is a ramen nacho recipe. Look at that. It's like they took, you can slice your hard-boiled egg, you deep fry your, not nacho, you deep fry your ramen noodles. It's wild. KFC drumstick burrito bombs. This is a lot of fun. We have pulled pork Twinkies. Yes, I know, all of this sounds crazy. Cheeseburger nuggets doesn't sound too crazy. I like that, actually. Here we have, this one's a peanut BJ fried chicken sandwich. Just, it's crazy. Let's move on to our next. So in this cookbook, along with some fun tips and tricks, there are some illustrations as well that are kind of fun too. Like they're just joking, like bacons of tomorrow. There's a whole bacon section, but this is hysterical. We even have the Randler, which is fun. Shoes. Anyway, Joshua's perfect breakfast burger. We also have here, I'm trying to remember this. They have a bacon-nana split. That's actually kind of a brilliant idea because bacon and banana for some reason go really well together. A chicken fried bacon BLT, not entirely far-fetched, right? It's pretty staple. Like, that's a great idea. A lot of people do it. But here we have a Doritos Locos meatloaf. So like Moco Loco meatloaf with Doritos. There's so many things in here. This one is a orange chicken parm. Why haven't we done this before? There's a few others in here, like in the cheese section. Oh my gosh. Look at all of these crazy illustrations. Animal style mac and cheese. There's also like a spicy section in here, which is a lot of fun. There's a lot of different mac and cheese or variations, but this is a mac and cheese chicken wing. Like it's a chicken wing covered in mac and smack. Like, wow. But the spicy section has some really good stuff in here. Flaming hot Cheetos chicken sandwich. That's just such a good idea. I don't know why I haven't done that yet. There's Birria de Ray soup dumplings, which again, brilliant idea. How do I make my fried chicken crispier? So tips, again, tricks, how to make things better. Mini crab cake corn dogs. Let's go a little further because I'm still lingering. I can't help it. Here's one that's wild, a Cheetos apple pie. You know, a lot of people like to put cheese on their apple pie. It's something I've not tried before, but you can just use Cheetos in the crust. Crazy. Stovetop Kit Kat mac and cheese. I mean, come on. Some of this stuff is wild. We have a cotton candy milkshake. Ben & Jerry's ice cream burrito, which is amazing. I would have that. Definitely. Sounds great. There are some, okay, here's the chapter where it says, eat something that scares you. I love their faces. That's hysterical. So this is definitely one where it's like, it's a lot. So let me see if I can find one that people aren't going to be like, oh, I guess this one's not too bad. Spaghetti and cricket meatballs. I know some people are like, oh, gross, cricket. But honestly, cricket's pretty good. I'm not going to lie. We also have here, I can't do that. It's too much. I wouldn't be able to. Liver and onion donuts. I mean, there's a lot of weird stuff in here. But It's fun. Like, it is really a wacky, in a great way, kind of cookbook. This is the Mythical Cookbook. I highly recommend it if you're looking for a creative, fun, different, totally different cookbook than what you've probably had in the past. So the Mythical Cookbook. And you can find that over on our Amazon Live channel. We are over there. So you can find that in the comments, the link to finding all of these cookbooks. All right, so the next cookbook I want to share with you today is 5-ingredient dinners. We're going to take a break from all the goofiness and go to serious business, quick and easy. Some of us have busy lives here, Katie. This is 5-ingredient dinners by America's Test Kitchen, so it's really good. There's photos for every single chat or every single recipe too, which is really handy if you're a visual learner like I am. I like to see how everything kind of falls together. So we'll get into this too. There are charts in the very back here as if you need these things. Like here, let me get to it. Not only are there conversion charts, but we have nutritional charts too. So sodium, we have protein, cholesterol, we have carbs, etc., calories for all of the dishes. So if that's something that you need, that's pretty handy. That doesn't come, I mean, a lot of cookbooks don't have that or feature that. We have here, let me get to it. I just had it. Different ways of utilizing your ingredients first and foremost. So if you're not really sure how to use all of your root vegetables, how to use the entirety of the herb, or even just like using, what else is there? There's a ton of different things. Scallions, marinating things, pickling things. They give you tips on how to, I guess, make food with different parts of each ingredient. I don't know why words are escaping me today. So let's get into it. We have rustic chicken tart with spinach and brie. These are truly 5 ingredients, except for some of the staple ingredients like oil, salt, and pepper, of course. But you can make this in 5 ingredients. Here's our directions and a little blurb on where this actually came from. Every recipe is by a different test cook from America's Test Kitchen, which is really, really nice. They give them all of the credit, which is fun. We have a harissa rubbed chicken with potatoes and fennel. In addition to this, now that I'm looking at that, or even this too, so this is a, oh, never mind, not this one. In the very, very back here, there is a starch or like an add-on section. So if you just don't feel like you're getting enough food, you're like, I need more, you can round out your meal. There's different things like different rice, quinoa, potatoes, but they have salads. So if you need some green, that's another helpful thing in this cookbook. So this has roasted chicken and sweet potatoes with garam masala yogurt sauce. Easy. 5 ingredients, like for real. It's really good. Another thing to keep in mind with this particular cookbook is they do use shortcuts. So when it says like use a cup of pesto, you want to buy your own pesto, or you can make it, but that's kind of their little cheat sheet. You can either make your own curry paste or you can buy it. Okay, so we have sheet pan Italian chicken sausages with broccoli and barley. Strip steaks with cauliflower and roasted garlic butter. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm so hungry. A pan-seared strip steaks with crispy potato. Moving on a little bit more, we have pork chops with horseradish and green beans. So in this case, I would probably go and find a starch on the round out your meals section because I like starch. I can't help it. We have red curry pork lettuce wraps. Delicious. Something I do enjoy about this particular cookbook is not only are these recipes like pretty awesome, like it would be really cool. I mean, like it's approachable. So this is more than 5 ingredients in my opinion. And you can serve this to your family and friends, all of your loved ones. And some of these are showstoppers, but they were only made with 5 ingredients, which is really cool. And I love how multicultural all of these dishes are. There's a ton of there's a lot of variety in this cookbook, which has been, it's a lifesaver. I hate eating the same kinds of foods every single day. I have to change it up all the time. So I like that makes it easier and quicker because I don't have all day. We all are busy, right? We have seared scallops with squash and sage butter. Chicken lo mein with bok choy. I'm so hungry. Chili crisp steak with rice noodles. That looks really good. I love these twills. Cauliflower pasta with browned butter sage sauce. So they're trying to be healthy, which is really cool. Gnocchi with sun-dried tomatoes, ricotta, and spinach. This looks awesome. Perfect for, I guess, any time of year. Creamy chickpea, broccoli rabe, and garlic soup. Just pack it full of broccoli rabe. Warm broccoli, chickpea, and avocado salad. This is our salad section. Moving on to our pasta section, we have lemony zoodles with artichokes, feta, and pine nuts. I've been wanting to do more of the zoodles. I know a lot. Oh, I haven't been paying attention. I'm so sorry. Hello, Terrence. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention to my phone. It's like on the opposite side. I am Katie, and you know Carrie, and you are you a helper for Miss Addison? Because I've run into Miss Addison a couple of times, and my name is Caitlin, technically. I don't know if we know each other, though. That would be a very small world. Anyway, yes, thank you for tuning in today. Comment where you're watching from and let me know what kind of cookbooks you actually have been checking out recently. I'd love to hear from you, and I'll make sure to actually look on this side of my screen here. All right, so moving on, still we have butternut, rustic butternut squash and spinach tart. Delicious. Here we even have, like, throughout this book, there are step-by-step photos, like how to grill properly. There's some things with like baking, how to roll things out, but mostly these are fairly approachable. That's kind of the point of this cookbook. Grilled pork tenderloin steaks with grilled peach and arugula salad. That sounds perfect for summertime. I'm so excited. Grilled salmon with charred red cabbage slaw. Again, I would definitely have to have a starch, like a potato in there. I would. Grilled flatbread with kale and apples. So you kind of get the gist here of the 5 ingredient dinners by America's Test Kitchen. I really like America's Test Kitchen in general, especially if you are a little new or you're not as confident in the kitchen quite yet. They make it really easy, and you can make some show-stopping meals with just 5 ingredients. So I don't know, it gives me a lot of hope whenever I cook out of this cookbook. I'm like, I can do it. Anyway, so check this one out. Next on the list today, I want to share one that's really, really cute. It is the Alice in Wonderland cookbook. This one's 43% off, so $16.02. It reminds me of spring, so I really like it because it's cute. Hold on, I have to make some adjustments here. My shoulder is driving me crazy today. Here is our Alice in Wonderland official cookbook. Very cute. Here, let's go to the table of contents. This is based on the movie, not necessarily the book, by the way. Isn't it cute? Here's a Cheshire cat, like little layered pudding or something. It's cute. So we have chapter 1 is London, down the rabbit hole, ocean of tears, a ton of these. Of course, our Mad Tea Party. There's a lot of beautiful illustrations mixed with the photos of the food itself. So let's start with our Curiously Cornish pasties. Beautiful. Here is our list of ingredients. It's a little tough. They separate them into separate sections. So we have the pie and then the filling. These are all in US measurements. Then we have our list of directions and just I guess an explanation of each dish and the yield. There's no substitutes, at least for this one, that I can actually see. Sometimes it does make notations on whether or not things are vegetarian or gluten-free, etc. This is the Cat's Meow milkshake. This is like a very delicate blue color. It is stunning. All right, let's move on. We have the perfectly potted cheese. That sounds great, and it looks easy to make, super tasty, a good appetizer. Down the rabbit hole, chapter 2. We have the Curiouser and Curiouser chocolate-covered digestive cookies. It'll make you really tall or make you very small. We'll see. Here we have the Magic Cookies. That's cute. I actually really like the names and the recipes. Sometimes some pop culture cookbooks tend to go like they offer dishes that are pretty plain Jane, but they make the names really cute. This does a really great job providing whimsical recipes and having really fun names associated with it. I hope that makes sense. We have Bill the Lizard's ladder bread. That's cute. This poor guy. He's just trying to work. This says of cabbage rolls and kings. That's adorable. And I love that they're using purple cabbage. It makes it, I don't know, it makes it look a little more magical. Green is like, yeah, cabbage, but like purple cabbage. Here we have a Whether Pigs Have Wings pastries. Very clever. Moving on a little farther, we have the fanciful fruit shrubs. Really cool. I like the variations in flavor. That's pretty nice. And there are notes here. It says fruit shrubs can be enjoyed unstrained, and fruit chunks are delicious, allegedly. Some people don't like them, though. All right, moving on here, we have the AEIO soup. That's a really good idea. It looks really tasty. It's gluten-free, vegetarian, vegan, yum. This is Tolgi Wood Forest Cake. That would be a lot of fun to make. We have a forest chutney. This is the crocodile golden scale beets. Wow. That would take a lot of time, but this would be a showstopper. It'd be really fun to make some of these recipes and have like a Alice in Wonderland book reading club. Or if you wanted to watch the Disney movie again, it's been a long time since I've actually sat and watched the movie, but it would be fun to get together with loved ones or, you know, the kiddos, make a few of these cute little snacks or treats and make a whole day of it. Here is He Went That Way tea sandwiches. That way. This one is, let's see. I got to, oh my gosh, I didn't even notice. These are shaped like teacups. This is from the Mad Tea Party. That's adorable, but I imagine that's really tough. Teacup treasures with shrimp salad. Another thing I really enjoy about this cookbook, as far as like being a pop culture cookbook, I feel like they've put a lot of emphasis on making really fun and whimsical savory dishes. It's really tough for some reason to make savory dishes look really magical and fun, except for when you add edible flowers and it's like, oh, look, it's so pretty. But they've done a really good job creating like a diverse menu and more than just sweets, because like for me, I don't think I need 4 different sweet options or 4 different kinds of cookies that all look really cute. Be cool to do this. This is the playing card strata. Such a good idea. So check this out. If you're an Alice in Wonderland fan, or if you know somebody who is, this would be a really good gift. But it's just really cute and whimsical. It definitely screams spring to me. It's really fun, and everything's very pastel. So this is the official cookbook. There are more than 50 wild and wacky, topsy-turvy recipes. I highly recommend it. All right, so the next book I want to share with you today is one that is perfect for people that are super busy. I try to get cookbooks that are helpful for busy bees. This is From Freezer to Cooker. So this requires getting a pressure cooker or a slow cooker. So this has both cooking methods in each recipe, which is really, really nifty because you do need 2 separate things, obviously, for 2 different machines. But it's just really nifty because you can throw everything in to your pressure cooker or slow cooker and it'll be done, which would be cool, especially from freezer to slow cooker or pressure cooker. So here's our table of contents, super easy to understand. We have a great introduction here, which is really nice, including like Instapot basics, pressure cooker basics, slow cooker basics. I needed this. Like there's a lot going on with the pressure cooker, especially. I'm like, what am I doing? So this is super nifty. Chapters are divided into section and different meat categories, even meat lists, pasta, salads, etc. So let's look at this a little further. Oh, and freezer cooking basics. That's another skill that I really need to figure out. So we have a defrost method here, freezer cooking basics. So you don't just throw it in there necessarily. It really depends. So read through the introduction. It's really helpful. So the first thing I want to share, oh no, I gotta go look at the breakfast. Can't skip breakfast. That's what the doctors say. We have peanut butter cup steel cut oats. So you'll notice there's symbols on the top here. Those are to indicate different dietary restrictions, who can eat this. So there's like vegan, gluten-free, if it takes less time to cook, if it requires freezing or not freezing. So lots of really cool symbols here to make it really quick to navigate this cookbook. Here's our list of ingredients and then our directions. There we go. That's for slow cooker, but then we have our Instapot version right here, right next to it. Different font colors too. I know that's kind of hard to see, but this is green for Instapot, and for slow cooker, it's orange. So it makes it, it's easy. I promise. Like, I'm trying to give you guys an easy cookbook. Chicken and turkey. This one will be fun. Here is, let me find the title, a honey bourbon chicken with veggies. That would be amazing. Super easy to make. Have dinner ready super fast. This is Fiesta Lime Chicken Bowls. I do make a version of this, not quite this cookbook, obviously, but I'm excited to try their version. This is the chicken Philly sub recipe. That's a really awesome, I mean, super simple lunch idea. Southwest chicken and bacon wrap. Yum. I'm so jealous of the food. Ooh, hold on. Let me find the actual name. Jack's chicken and dumpling stew. That looks really good. Are these dumplings gluten-free or not? No, but I wish they were. I'm sure I can try. We have a Asian style turkey meatball recipe. Moving forward a little, pesto chicken Sammy's. That would be super tasty. And you can make alternatives as well. If you don't eat meat, you can use tofu if you wanted to do that. So that's pretty handy. Asian lettuce wraps. Yum. We have some nachos here. Moving on, there's this balsamic shredded beef that looks phenomenal. So good. Next, we have a beef bourguignon, which I haven't made in a long time, but I feel like the slow cooker / pressure cooker would be the best way to do that. So I can't wait to try it in fall time. Here's some pork dishes. There aren't a ton of photos in here, by the way. Like, a couple recipes have photos. I mean, it's not lacking photos, but it's not every single recipe, by the way. A lot of people ask me that question, so I'm like, got to make sure. Here we have a pork tenderloin. Oh, maple glazed pork loin with Brussels sprouts and wild rice. That looks really good. Next, we have, this is soups, chilies, and stews. Another thing I use my slow cooker / pressure cooker a lot for. Chicken taco soup. Super easy. Next up, we have, ooh, what is this? Is this a bacon cheddar? Loaded cheddar potato soup. Here's the photo. Pizza soup. I don't think I've ever had a pizza soup. That would be really interesting. I'm not sure how I feel about it, though. I feel like I would want bread for sure. This looks really good. This is, let me find it, a hearty Italian soup. And then we also have, this is a white chili bean soup. Moving on to some pasta dishes, though, which I was shocked. Like, I've made some pasta in my pressure cooker, and it did really well. Like, dry noodles and everything. I was like, I was shocked it didn't overcook or didn't undercook my noodles. So, very cool. So, check this one out. If you do have a pressure cooker, slow cooker, this would be really nifty, and it would save you a lot of time. It's from freezer to cooker. A really, really handy cookbook with both cooking styles in for every single recipe. Okay, I need to drink a little bit of coffee. And then we're going to move on to, I want to showcase another cookbook that's a little bit on the specialty, like you need special tools for it. It's 32% off. It's La Grota. I think I said Grota. So it's frozen desserts, so ice cream and sorbets. This one you do need an ice cream maker for. I wish I had one. So maybe if you have one, this will inspire you. This doesn't have as many photos as I was hoping for. There are some there, but mostly what's really cool about this is there are a ton of different flavors in here that I actually haven't really seen in a frozen dessert cookbook. So it talks about in the beginning, what's the difference between ice cream and gelato? I'm pretty sure it's the egg, but I could be wrong. But then what's the difference between like a frozen custard and gelato? We also have like, what's the difference between sherbet and sorbet, I think? No, I'm not seeing that. Maybe they are the same. Different methods. So definitely read through the introduction before getting started. But there's a lot of unique dishes in here. Let's start with the kumquat custard. Here's what that looks like. How it's broken down is we have a description of the dish. Here are our ingredients, and then we have our directions right here and then on the following page. It's pretty nifty, but it can be a lot, and there are some alternatives and variations for some of these dishes, but mostly you do need an ice cream maker. A carrot seed flavored frozen dessert. I would never have put that together. Let me find some more with actual photos here. We do have sometimes some descriptions of different places, different flavor profiles, etc., but not for everything. We have a passion fruit sour. I love just how it looks. It's really stunning. Not only that, we have this beautiful, where did it go? A rhubarb and raspberry ripple. Another really cool design here. Pea pod is a flavor, which I was shocked about. There's a ton of things in here. I was like, what? Loganberry, another great flavor. I have no questions about that. This one's stunning. A lot of these, I think, need some really cool glassware, too. This is a mulberry granita. Let's see. Let me find some more. We have a melon and jasmine frozen dessert, which looks really beautiful. Really cool flavors together. The next one is a blackberry and rose geranium. I'm kind of shocked. Like I really just want to try sample these because there's just so many in here that I'm like, what? This is a green walnut and a nocino liqueur. I've never even heard of nocino, but I'm curious about it. Wild fig and watermelon. Looks beautiful. We have here, this looks, I mean, the photo is beautiful, but this is a uva fragola. So it says this electric mauve grape color sorbet bursts with crazy bubblegum flavored fruit. It's a seasonal Italian grape variety. So that's really fun. There's a lot to learn here because these are very Italian desserts, of course, with the name La Grota. Let me find more. We have a Medici almond or Medici almond, but these are so fancy. I would love to try these. And then one more, because you kind of get the gist. Roast chestnut cremolata. Yum. So if you're looking for something that's like frozen desserts and you have an ice cream maker, this is something you can try out, sorbets and ice creams. There's a ton of cool flavors in here. And honestly, it inspires me to try, like, just experiment with different flavors, different fruits, even vegetables to see like what kind of things I can make with it. So check out La Grota. It's a really fun. The next one I want to share with you today is Rice is Life. I'm obsessed with rice. I have it all the time. And I think it's like the number 2 starch. I think potato is number 1. I'm trying to remember, or maybe I've swapped it. It's one or the other. So this is $14.98. This book has a lot of diverse recipes as well, which is really great. And it talks about the different kinds of rice too. It's different ways of cooking rice. Let me share with you what that all looks like. So here we go. There's a lot of information, of course, about rice, but here's our table of contents: eggs and rice, salad and rice, snacks and soups with rice, main dishes and desserts, of course, but how to actually cook different kinds of rice. How does rice grow? What is rice? I've always wondered, like, why did we decide to cultivate rice? Like, what was it? Grain size and color. There's so many different colors. Like, I've never actually had red rice, I don't think. It's really pretty, though. There's so many different rices out there. Here's our different East, Southeast, and Asian varieties of rice. But there's a ton of other ones too. South Asian varieties. So they go over all of the different rices from Europe, Africa. Here's American varieties. I didn't even know we had like our own variety. We have other rices too, like added value rice, bamboo rice, broken rice. So there's a lot of cool stuff in here and how to actually cook each one, because like I have a fancy little rice cooker, lucky me, but we have different settings on there. So if you don't have that, something that's really fun in here is learning how to cook stovetop for every single rice. They all require different amounts of water, time, like coverage. So that's really, really handy over here. Because there's been times where I'm like, oh no, my rice, I don't know, like I need to cook stovetop. And I'm like, I don't know how to do it because I'm so used to pressing a button. But I have been in that time where I've had to learn. Anyway, let's move on from me scrambling for words. Black rice porridge with 7-minute eggs and chili crisp. Honestly, perfect. This sounds super good. And I have something similar to this for breakfast often, but I haven't used the forbidden black rice, which I do own. I'm going to have to do it. We have a Ken's fried rice here, a little description of each dish. And then here we have all of our ingredients. They are in US measurements. I think, oh, and a little metric. Like not everything has the metric bit in there. It's mostly US. All right, more photos here. We have a bibimbap with mushrooms and zucchini. Yes. Egg on everything is my ideal life. I love it. Here we have a rice pancake with egg. It looks beautiful. Snacks and soups. These are furikake rice balls. I've actually made something similar to that. Grilled sticky rice skewers with peanut sauce. This is a really good idea, by the way. And then you can have peanut sauce. Yum. Here, oh no, these are like vegetable sushi rice. It looks like vegetable tamaki, hand rolled sushi. We also have this spring minestrone with white beans and black rice. Ooh, that looks really good. Soba noodles with green tea broth and smoked salmon. Whoa. That's cool. Yum. Where's the rice? Oh, rice soba. This is really handy for me because most rice things are gluten-free. So I'm excited about that. Creamy chicken and red rice soup. Look at all those beautiful vegetables. They look so good. We have a cauliflower and red rice salad with pistachios and herbs. This is a cool idea for a side if you had a barbecue or something and you wanted to bring something a little different. A summer rice salad with tomatoes, corn, and roasted peppers. This is vibrant and colorful. It looks amazing. We have a black rice muhudara. Ooh, there's so many rices in here. I know that sounds really dumb. Like I said it and I was like, oh, but I'm just really like the flavors are awesome. We have Swiss chard stuffed with black rice, almonds, and currants or currants. I think I say currants and I don't know why, like I'm pretending to be fancy. That's not real. We have a lot of really good pieces of information in here that I've never, like things about rice and how it's actually influenced the world that is kind of throughout this book. And it's really, I think, important to kind of look through. So definitely read through more than just the recipes in this cookbook. We have a kimchi fried rice with shiitake and edamame. And honestly, I would put an egg over this. This should have been in the egg section. For me, it would be eggs. We have jade rice. I saw that. Jade rice bowls with broccoli, tofu, and avocado, quote, ranch. That looks really tasty. That's such a good idea. Cheesy risotto filled poblanos with pickled onions. That's a really amazing idea. I'm going to have to do that. I only put cheese in my poblanos, but now I think putting rice in them it will just elevate it. Definitely make me more full for sure. We have a roasted squash with lemongrass, coconut curry broth, and black rice. That looks really tasty. Moving on, we have a quick marinated salmon with coconut rice, herbs, and fried shallots. This is what that looks like towards the back here. And a few more before we wrap up here. We have Vietnamese pork patties with noodles and dipping sauce. That looks really good with some rice noodles. So it's not just rice, but like how to make it with nudes. We have Burmese inspired noodles with sausage and spiced tomato sauce. Amazing, right? Like I love this. So good. We have a few desserts. We have kheer, a classic. Finnish inspired rice pastries. I've never seen these before, so that's a cool thing to learn about. And let's see, I think I might have skipped. Oh, we have a chocolate coconut rice pudding. There are a couple rice pudding recipes in here, of course. So this is Rice is Life. If you enjoy rice and you want to learn how to make it in its different varieties, definitely check this one out. It's got a lot of good stuff in here, a lot of history and a lot of culture, like at least looking at how each culture cooks rice and uses it in their food. So check out Rice is Life. And then lastly, because I have to wrap up a little bit today, we have Double Awesome Chinese Food. I'm really excited because this cookbook shocked me. It's really good. This is 29% off right now. It is classic American Chinese dishes. I personally have to make most of my Chinese and Japanese food at home because of the soy sauce, but I'm excited because there's so many awesome cookbooks out there that make it really, really approachable. So here we have our favorite pantry recipes, Chinese classics. There's dumplings and pancakes, vegetables, rice noodles from the pasture, from the ocean, drinks and desserts. Here's our awesome authors. They are so much fun. Here's what this cookbook looks like. There's a lot of photos in here. I thoroughly enjoy it. There's a ton of great dishes as well that I'm so pumped to try and things that I just love. So here we have like learning about different Chinese ingredients, things you might want on hand, some staples. So like an apple hoisin sauce, yum. Miso honey dressing, pickled cranberries, like so many basic things towards the front. But let's get to the big recipes. We have a mapo tofu with apple scallion salad. Mapo tofu is such a good, fun dish on like any day of the week. It's one of my favorites. I love it so much. I've made it vegetarian, or I made it vegan, vegetarian, and gluten-free all the time, and with meat. Here we have dim sum turnip cakes with bacon and mushrooms. Dan Dan noodles are also so good with crispy pork belly and Brussels sprouts. So awesome. I can't wait to make that. I think I'm going to have to make that next week. We have stir-fried greens that you can add to the side of really anything if you'd like to, or just a snack. Dumplings and pancakes. So something that's really cool about this cookbook is we do have very clear step-by-step photos here on how to make these. I get really confused, especially when they're complicated shapes like this one. It's so cute, but I know I'd get lost if I was just reading through it and they were like, oh, just roll it up and do it like this. I'd be like, no. So there's a ton of different flavors here, like beef and blue cheese dumplings, sweet potato feta and brown butter dumplings, cranberry sage pork dumplings. So lots of good stuff. Three Sisters dumplings. These are cute. We have scallion pancakes. I think I bit my lip. Whoops. These are awesome. And I love that we get step-by-step photos for this as well. And there's kind of a two-parter because there's a separate recipe you have to follow first. And then you can go on to the scallion pancakes. The double awesome. It does look doubly awesome. I love this. We have vegetables through the seasons. Carrot coconut soup. Yum. Spring Doug parsnip soup. There is a charred cabbage salad, which I don't have a picture of, but I have a golden fortune stir fry. Have a tiny bit of rice there. That looks beautiful. Sweet corn fritters with a nice dipping sauce. Delicious. We also have a roasted marinated maple potato recipe. So I love the different flavors in here. They are just so good. Cheddar scallion bread pudding. Yes. Farmer's Market stir-fried rice. Delicious. Moving on a little more, we have a red curry Frito pie. Red curry makes everything taste delicious, so I know it's going to be good. Our favorite market bowls. So there's a ton of different things you can do here. This is a great weekday meal idea, or if you just need to use certain vegetables, or like, yeah, you're trying to clear out your fridge, market bowls, good idea. Okay, so we also have here some more meat dishes like a sesame samjang brisket lettuce wrap. I'm so excited to try that one out too. 5-spice pork shoulder with whole wheat steamed buns. Let's look at some fish food or seafood, fish food. Sorry, we have clams with black and white beans over noodles. A miso butter mussel with bok choy. Just so beautiful. Like, I think that would be a showstopper for my family for sure. Broiled salmon collars with different sauces too. We also have different desserts. So no picture here, but an example is a carrot chocolate mousse. Cranberry upside down cake with bourbon butternut custard. That looks awesome. So good. A strawberries and cream. Oh man, that looks just perfect for springtime. Like, just getting together. Memorial Day weekend's going to be coming up pretty soon. We have oat crunch chocolate pudding and one more here before I finish. I like this cookbook a lot. I don't think I have more that I can share. I can't, but here she is enjoying her oolong panna cotta, which actually, that sounds awesome. Any tea as panna cotta is such a good idea. This is double awesome Chinese food. I highly recommend it if you're looking for a Chinese cookbook, Chinese American cookbook specifically. So that finishes up our live stream for today. Make sure to check out our channel on Amazon Live. You can find that in our comment section wherever you're watching. It's at amazon.com/live/cookbookdivas. We'd love to see you. And make sure to subscribe and to follow on your favorite social media platform like YouTube, Facebook, or Amazon, of course. We do live stream quite often, so definitely tune in. Thank you again for checking us out, and we're hoping to see you in the next live stream. Have a good, wonderful